Good afternoon, YouTube people. This is the Home Handyman again. I wanted to share a little story with you and an experience I had. Sometime after Christmas, somebody in the family got me this Ryobi bench grinder. I wanted one. I was looking for one. I wanted to put a wire wheel up on one side, and I didn't really find anything that I liked at the time. The big box stores, the only one that they were carrying was this Ryobi. I think that's the reason why somebody knew I wanted it in the family. They got it for me. Problem I ran into is after I got it home and I hooked this thing up, it would practically want to walk across the garage and shake everything off the bench. And I thought, wow, well, I'll tweak it and play around with it. And I looked at the wheels, I took them apart, I played around, I couldn't get it to work right. So today, because I finally got around to using it, I hooked it up, still had the same problem, so I called the manufacturer. And I have a phone number right up on the unit itself, but I'll put it in the caption anyway if anybody's interested. If you run into a problem, call them. Their customer service is fantastic. When I called them, the guy told me yes, there were, because of the model, I gave him the model number, which is BG828G. He said there were some defects in the production run. They tried to recall as many as they could, and it sounds like, unfortunately, I ended up with one of them. He went ahead and told me to take it back to Home Depot, ask for the associate manager. They'll square it away, they'll give you a new one, or they'll somehow, make things good. So, okay, fine. So I hung up, I ran out to Home Depot, and I was lucky enough that the rep from Milwaukee and Ryobi was there. The rep told me they're all under one corporation that owns several of these companies, and I was like, well, okay, whatever. So I told him my story. He said, yes, you have one that's defective. So he swapped out another unit right there on the spot, went over, hooked it up for me, made sure it was running great, and so I went ahead and I brought it home, hooked it up, and I've been happy ever since. So at least I finally got a working grinder. Now, I'm going to pan down. I bolted this to a cast iron stand that I had. There's the stand right there. Let me zoom in. Okay, that's the cast iron stand. And then with my MIG welder, I just made this little, well, like a height type box. It's got a tray down in here if I want to put something, but otherwise I put, I think this is 14 gauge on top, which was enough. Then I went ahead and I drilled my holes on each side, dropped the bolts through, and I finished putting it together. Now, let me start it up for a sec and I'll show you what it sounds like. One moment. And it takes a while for it to slow down to a complete stop. It's got a 5/8 inch arbor on it. It's fine for everything I'm going to use. I polish up stuff with the wire wheel. It has a groove on the one plate over here, where my finger is. I'll see if I can zoom in. It has a plate on each side. The one on the right's flat. This one's grooved. It's got a V groove. Sharpening drill bits, I believe. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't tell you what I think of that. But actually, this is a good little grinder. I'm surprised. It's enough for me and what I do. I do a lot of little hobby stuff. This would not have been my first choice for an 8-inch grinder. But I got it as a gift, and I thought, well, I should at least try it out. Actually, I'm happy with it. I'll continue to use it. The customer service was great. Anyway, if you're looking for an 8-inch grinder and you got them out at the big box, they tend not to carry anything else in 8-inch. I don't know why. I guess the turnover rate's not there, so they simply don't carry them. I checked both here where I'm at. Ryobi was the only one that they had, so that's okay. Like I said, it's working for me. I'm happy with it. It was a quick review just on a new tool. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the down and dirty quick way of doing things. I just give you the basics. It's a good grinder. It's got a magnifying glass on one side of it. The other side's just a clear. These are plastic shields. They're kind of cheap, but oh well. It's got adjustments. It's got the light right here. Let's see if I flip this up. On each side it's got a light, AA batteries I believe, and not a whole lot to say about it. it's a decent little grinder. All right, folks, thank you very much. I'll talk to you again soon. Home Handyman, bye-bye.